Good evening and welcome to Motivational Monday with Luann B. I've been missing you, been traveling, went down to Florida for a passion test for business certification training where I, as a master trainer, were helping to train and certify other people in the fabulous work that is the passion test for business. So I apologize for missing a few Mondays. But really excited to be here tonight, back again with my friend Captain Beth Anderson, who's a multi-talented individual, because not only is she a sailing captain, but she also is a web designer and highly technical support for me and many other people. So historically, my friend Beth designed a membership-based website software, better language, right, Beth?
Sure.
That supported, 35% of the BNI regions or something like that?
70% of the United States.
70% of BNI United States and all of their membership content. And so she's very talented in that. In fact, I had an idea recently, my friend Beth, that it hit me that you needed to design a membership base for someone, and it's not popping into my head, but maybe by the end of this phone call, because it's a referral I need to get to you.
All right.
So some time ago, Beth and I ran conferences together called Get Connected, and they were helping people get connected to the people, the resources, and the things they needed. And out of that, we for a little bit had a speakers bureau page called Get Connected to Speakers. But Beth is going to here to share with us because, one of the things that is a big part of my world all around is women supporting women and women coming together and sharing their gifts, their talents, their skills with one another and helping each other to de-stress and get the support that we need to all be successful. Because whenever a group of women come together, the world heals just a little bit more. And so Beth has developed a new site called Women of Words, or WOW, that she's going to share with us a little bit about tonight and how she was inspired to develop that. And then hopefully we'll answer some questions. Oops, just lost her. There she's back.
Yeah, it disconnected and brought itself back together again. I don't know why. I have a friend of mine who talks about anytime you start talking electronically on a cell phone or a computer would be the same kind of thing, about important things, sometimes you disrupt the energy enough that you disrupt the phone call. So we can go with that.
I like it.
I know. So womenofwords.com. This is a website. Turns out I registered the domain name in 2000. So this has been on my, in the back of my head for 17 years. And thankfully, with the support of good friends, including Luann, I launched it last week. So I'm a big believer in B plan executed beats the heck out of an A plan never executed. So it is a work in progress, and it finally became time to just go ahead and start. The interest has been so high that we'll just see where it goes. That's the way I built my last company. It's the way I'm building this one, is let's see what people need and want. So it's all well and good for me to know, to say, because I have been doing membership-based organization software for 20 years, boy, almost 20 years. It's fine for what I think you want or what I would want, but it's also the customer tell us what they want. Go. We launched the website, and the idea is, as Luann said, women working together and supporting one another. So that's why it's we've set it up for women. There are few places where women can gather and support each other online in this fashion, in a business sense. So I started with writers, people who were mostly self-published authors, but certainly authors in some fashion, which then led us to speakers, because that's the two things are so commingled so much now, that both of those things go together. And then I had a musician friend. Wait a minute, you can't leave me out. Okay. So, I have words. So it has already morphed in the last 3 weeks to something greater than what I could conceive on my own, which is just more messaging to me about women working together. Some of the parts are greater than the whole. So here we go. So if you are a writer or a speaker, the words writer and author often get commingled. People have very strong beliefs. I happen to use the word writer, but author works just as well in this instance. Or musician. This is a place for you to come play with us. So what does that mean?
So a couple of thoughts, though, just some key points that we've already shared that I think I want to bring to our audience, and that is when you have an idea, you had that idea for a reason, right? It was given to you to bring to fruition. And so we need to remember that, because oftentimes we discount those ideas, and sometimes ideas take us longer to actually put into play, but hang on to it, right? Because you got that idea for a reason. And I believe Beth has a significant talent here to create an amazing website that will support us all. And again, we both believe in women supporting women and coming together around that, because we all too often try and do it all by ourselves, and we don't have to be alone. We don't have to be alone. We have each other. And so what Beth is clearly saying as well is she's started the site. It's up and operational. It's open to the public, but Beth is still open to what does it need to look like? What tools do you need to make it beneficial? What suggestions do you have so that it is exactly what we all need, right? I think she might have.
Absolutely. And my screen is frozen with you. So
Interesting. I'm wondering, Beth, if you can hear me, if we can pull the site up and show it. And while you're frozen, maybe I should do that, because I know how to do that on my Zoom, huh? Instead of asking you to do it. So if you pop, okay. I tried to do something it wouldn't let me do. Here we go. So there's just a few people on the site so far, or how many, Beth?
5 or 6, I think.
I'm getting there.
One of the things is you can go out and create your listing yourself. So I realized over the weekend what we have is a bunch of people who think that they need me in order to create a listing, and that is not the case. So this is the site. There we go, they are flipping. So the idea is on the homepage that we have the different sections. Right now it's just speakers, writers, and vendors, because also we have vendors who are, this is the target market. So if you're, and like Luann has said, I like to do business oftentimes with women if I can. And so this is a way for vendors to go ahead and be part of this as well. So the overall idea is to have a directory where you can search and find people So if you're looking for someone to speak at your next event, you will be able to find that here. If you are looking for an editor, I mean, I keep seeing Connie Anderson's face come through on the vendor right there. She's both a vendor and an author. She's my editor, and she's the woman who started an organization called WOW, Women of Words, and that's why I registered the domain name. It's just a Minneapolis, Twin Cities thing, and where women gather together for lunch and talk about writing. So that's kind of hand in glove who you'll see here. There's also a calendar. So if you are having a book launch, or if you're a musician who's going to be somewhere, or as there was a writers festival last week in a suburb out of Minneapolis, those kinds of things we will put on the calendar. And having access to a calendar where you can promote your business is a great thing. Ooh, you make me scared. Go ahead.
Well, first I was going to point out the list of vendors here. Editor, illustrator, proofreading, publisher, websites. I just thought of another woman. I'm guessing it would be appropriate, would be communications. In other words, PR and communications, someone who could help spread your message to the world. Would love to put her on there. But that's the kind of suggestions we're looking for. If you feel that you fit in this vendor category and serve the target audience of writers and speakers, and I'm going to put entertainers on there, as you said about the woman musician, then we'd love to hear from you what vendors we need to add. So that was one thing I had to point out. And then she also is getting specific about what type of writing, what kind of writers we have, rather than just it all lumped together, so it can be more specific. So I'll click on the calendar and see what happens.
I think it's there. There we go.
It is there. Look at that. So these are the WOW events in the Twin Cities and the places that you can go to gather with other women writers, authors, and publishers, etc. Right?
Yes.
And that is open to the public, Beth? Anyone can go visit?
Yes. Yes, they are open to the public. There's contact information. Because of the venues we use, we need RSVPs. So there's contact. If you were to click on one of those dates, you'd see the contact information for each person that leads the group.
Perfect. I'm not going to click on that, but that's good for everyone to know.
Yeah. So that's one way of viewing things.
So I'm going to point out, shameless plug right now. I'm on the June calendar, right?
Oh, so, yes, there it is.
Beth and Patty Blakesley and myself conducted a writer's retreat in Pepin in February, and we are going to conduct another writer's retreat on June 2nd. Right? June 2nd? I'm having trouble reading.
I know that's why I was wary when you... Yes, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
The 2nd through the 4th. Yes, I see it now. Okay, and anyway, in Spring Green, Wisconsin, at a retreat that is on a organic farm that we're really excited about. So a chance to escape, get away from the hubbub of your life, the chaos, the family, and come to a quiet place where women, supporting women, coming together to share their writing ideas, to have time to write, to gain support. Beth's going to talk to us again at that retreat about publishing ebooks, having published mine and got it out in the world by then, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so, and Patty.
Mine as well.
Yes. And Patty formerly ran a writer's retreat on Martha's Vineyard. And so come and be with us, learn more about WOW, learn more about the retreats that we conduct, and have some peaceful time to write whatever you're working on. What else? What other features do we got on the website, Beth?
Well, the other piece is the opportunity to write. So if you want to click on the Write for Us piece, what we're looking for is to build content about writing. So we're going to start with that. I have no idea where this is going to lead us, but that's where we're beginning.
And so will they be put up like blog posts?
Well, I get into discussions about that. A blog is, in my mind, somewhere where you interact with people, where there are comments made. That's not this. This is going to be articles. You can contact the author afterwards, but as of now, because moderating comments on a blog can be a full-time job all by itself.
Right.
So at this point, we don't really have the resources for that. But the idea being having different categories and having different content, and we'll see where that takes us. Connie already sent me something about writing about self-publishing, so those kinds of things will all be found here, and that's available for people who have purchased a membership within the Women of Words site.
So if I were to go to fill out my own entry into the directory and pay for my membership to the site, where do I go?
Well, you can click Come Aboard off the menu, or if you scroll down and look to your right, there's a big blue button that says Add Listing.
So there's this one right here, Come Aboard, or this button that says Add Listing.
Right, which apparently I need to move to the top because it's hard to find. So.
And then you create your own username and password.
Right, and register, and then the next screen, just go ahead and put whatever. It doesn't matter, it'll take it.
I don't know what. Oh.
It does. You're not going to finish it anyway, so just hit register now. What's happening, people are registering, so that's great. But in order to be a member, you need to go to the next step. That first step only gets you on my mailing list, which was kind of a side benefit. I didn't know that that's what was happening. But if you go only through that first screen.
So if I've done just what I just did,
yes,
you now have my email on your mailing list.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I need to change the language for that, obviously, so that people know that that's what's going on.
Okay. Can I make a suggestion right now?
Of course.
I would like to see this print bigger for an old lady like me.
Somebody else said that to me. I must be on a big screen or something, but yeah, that was one of the very first comments, is that how come the text is so small? Well, if you go to the directory and look, you'll immediately see why but it doesn't matter. Yes, bigger font.
So the 1-year prepaid listing, this plan is a basic listing which includes up to 3 categories and 3 pictures, and the cost is $100 paid annually for a savings of $20. Or you can pay a monthly listing. This plan is the same content, but the cost is $120 paid monthly. So $10 a month.
See, even the language, yeah, so it's $10 a month. Who edited this?
Well, which reminded me of another thing that we've talked about before. When it comes to my events, for example, you always want to see the price structure up front in my invitation.
Yes.
And so
the first note I wrote on my list was put the price first.
On the homepage.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, definitely print looks small to me, but I love it.
Oh, go ahead.
I love the pictures flashing through. It's kind of funny sometimes when my picture ends up side by side, but.
I know. Did you notice who I'm standing with?
I did.
My speaker picture?
I did.
because I was testing it, and that was the only one I've got. Oh, I'll just throw Ivan and I out.
So,
Yes.
is your recommendation, now we've been talking about my picture, headshot versus fun, vibrant picture. What if I left the headshot under the writer's one and the fun one I sent you under the speaker one? Then you'd never have two of my pictures side by side. But then there's not consistency maybe in recognizing who I am.
Well, you'd need to purchase 2 memberships.
Okay,
Those
there
are
you
2
go.
different things. So like Blue Spectrum Books and Lynn Garthwaite are the same person, but she purchased 2 separate listings because mixing them doesn't make sense to her. She wants them separate.
Very good.
So she's got her publishing business under vendor, and she's got her writing business. That's her in the blue right there in the middle. She has her writer piece under writer.
Got it.
So great question. But these are the frequently asked. I didn't even start a frequently asked questions page because I didn't have any questions yet.
So once you click on me.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, a gentleman from Malaysia looked at this week. Do you know Riaz?
No.
Name sounds familiar though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's a BNI member in Malaysia. He does support for BNI Connect. He took a look at this weekend, and his first thing was, why all the headshots? You need lively pictures. Tell them they need better pictures. Tell the women, that's what he said, tell the women they need better pictures. And that's what he meant. He said headshots are old. He's much younger. Headshots are old school, and he thinks that we should have better pictures.
I did send you that one with me in my open arms, right?
You did, yes.
Okay.
In fact, if you scroll down. Oh, I thought it was in there.
Okay, so just showing people what a listing looks like, right? Links to my website, email, website, and description. Mm-hmm. Can share it on social media.
Yep.
Bookmark it to come back to. Love that. What's this vote business?
There's ranking systems that I thought I had shut off.
Okay, fair enough. Now, but I have a chance to upload 2 more photos. Is that correct?
Yes.
But those photos, where are they seen or are they not? And what do you recommend for those? Because you said we can have up to 3 photos.
Right. So I think I only loaded one of yours expecting to get to do book covers.
Book covers, of course.
If you go back up to the top and go to directory and go to Sherry. What?
Got it. Sherry Donovan Moore.
Sherry. I think I put her book cover with hers.
Nope. Not yet. But I love that, right? Because I could have 2 book covers out there by the end of May. So, excellent news. All right. So we've talked about the home page. This is the directory. Then you go to everybody's listing and you can find people. Go back. Like, how do events get on the calendar?
Those need to be emailed to me.
Okay.
I'll be doing them for a while. I could give
good.
everybody access to do it, but until I'm more comfortable with how we're doing.
Sounds good. Come aboard is to register your own profile, sign up to join us, write for us if you'd like to write articles about writing and speaking and other related skill sets. This is about and contact information. Those are pretty direct and straightforward. And then the listings are on the side, or the categories are listed on the side to the right. Awesome.
It's the way we are.
And we just want everyone to go out and share, spread the message of this site. Just thinking of any associations that you are aligned with, any organizations that hire speakers, franchise companies that you could share this page with, would be our wish for all of us. So we hope that you will join us. Any other thoughts, Beth?
It'll be changing rapidly.
It'll be ever changing, so keep coming back and checking on it. Send in feedback. So here we go. Contact. So you can fill out a form on the contact page, right?
Yep.
I did see your email, though. Oh, I think that was on the come aboard page. Was a Beth@womenofwords.com. Is that correct?
It is.
There you go. Beth@womenofwords.com to learn more, ask more questions directly of Beth, and go to the calendar to register for upcoming events in the Twin Cities of those luncheons. Or, wow, come and see us in June in Wisconsin for a quiet weekend of writing and supporting one another. There we go. Inspired Writers Retreat. Remember, we know we all need support from time to time, and this is what it's about, coming together to support one another and share our messages and the wisdom we have with the world. And we would love for you to join us. So let us know, too, if there's other topics you'd like to hear about on Motivational Monday. You can reach out to me, luann@luannb.com, luann@luannb.com, and now you know you can find out how to reach me as well by coming to the Women of Words site. And then there's always my website, luannb.com, luannb.com, and I have an event calendar as well that will take you to not only the Inspired Writers Retreats, but all the amazing summer events that we do, the transformational treks into the Boundary Waters canoe area, which you get to bring your journal and you can write about that too. And then Beth and I are going to do a riverboat cruise in September and do a little journey down the Mississippi River with Captain Beth at the helm of a nice riverboat. So, and what, 4 days? Yeah, 4 days on the riverboat is our plan. Mm-hmm. So again, you can find all of those events on my event calendar at luannb.com. And we hope you'll join us for some inspiration, love, and support. Thanks, Beth, for being on Motivational Monday tonight. We'll have you on kind of like a quarterly basis to keep talking about updates on this as well. How's that sound?
Sounds fabulous.
All right, excellent. Everybody have a fabulous evening. And thanks for joining us. I got to stop sharing before I can turn it off.